In 1975, Sylvester Stallone embarked on a remarkable journey with Rocky. He wrote the screenplay himself, pouring his heart and soul into it, envisioning it as his big break in Hollywood. However, Hollywood had different plans. Despite his persistent efforts, Stallone faced a relentless stream of rejections from producers and studios. Eventually, Chartoff-Winkler Productions displayed some interest, but with a significant condition. They didn't want Stallone as the leading man. They sought a more marketable actor and offered him a substantial sum of $360,000 to step aside, essentially asking him to walk away from his dream. Stallone declined the tempting offer for a couple of reasons. Firstly, he knew how to make ends meet on a tight budget, having mastered that skill. More importantly, he clung to an unshakable belief in his unrealized dreams. He comprehended that selling the script, even for a hefty sum like $500,000, would provide temporary luxury but leave a bitter taste in his mouth. He would miss out on witnessing his dream come true. It was all about relentlessly pursuing those dreams and refusing to give up, regardless of the obstacles. This is precisely why Robert Greene says, "Always stick to what makes you weird, odd, strange, different. That's your source of power." If you find yourself acting and speaking in a foolish manner, and eventually you feel like you've made a fool of yourself, don't be disheartened. For this is often how greatness is forged. Picture a world where no one ever made mistakes. In such a scenario, it's safe to assume that nothing extraordinary would ever come to pass. As George Bernard Shaw astutely put it, life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. But here's the intriguing paradox. How can you embark on the exhilarating journey of self-creation if you're not willing to embrace and learn from your mistakes? John Cleese says, "Nothing will stop you from being creative so effectively as the fear of making a mistake." When you're being creative, there are no real mistakes. This means that when you're trying to be playful and creative, you shouldn't worry about doing things right or wrong. He got this idea from Alan Watts, who said, "You can't be spontaneous if you're always trying to be reasonable. You can't have fun and be creative if you're too afraid of making mistakes." He emphasizes that it's perfectly fine to take risks and say things that might seem silly or weird when you're being creative. That's because, in the world of creativity, there are no true mistakes. Even the craziest ideas can lead to something amazing. It's like going on an exciting adventure where every step, no matter how strange, could take you to something awesome. Take Hasan Minhaj, the comedian. He comes from a background of Muslim Indian immigrants. His father is an organic chemist, and his mother serves as a physician at Mather Air Force Base. Hasan humorously describes the limited career choices that seem to be set by his parents: doctor, lawyer, engineer, failure. In his early years as a comedian, Minhaj faced a considerable challenge as his pursuit of comedy clashed with his parents' expectations. This clash persisted for about a decade, during which comedy seemed like a risky choice. Despite having natural talent and working diligently, what Minhaj needed most was the courage to pursue something that everyone around him deemed a bad idea. Once he achieved success as a comedian, Minhaj reflected on the journey and emphasized the need to be comfortable with the unconventional path. He spoke about the importance of being okay with situations where family events turned into opportunities for teasing, and where he felt like an outsider. Embracing his unique path, he noted, required the ability to attend parties and acknowledge, "Yeah, I'm the odd one out, and that's perfectly fine."